So, collaboration always sounds lovely. But let's face it, a lot of salespeople, they're really good, but they can be lone rangers. When it comes time to hitting their quota, they aren't good team players. They might be great team players in every other part of their life, right? They play softball or something. What did you do specifically to increase that collaboration with your customers and your internal teams? Because sometimes I think we treat our customers nicer than our internal teams.
Yeah, it does. So there's certain standards you've got to have with your team. I think selling is a team sport.
Mhm.
Now, having said that, often team members are a team only in name, not in practice. Let me unpack that for a minute.
Okay.
They may have separate territories. Your sellers may have separate territories typically, but they've got to work with others across the company. Maybe it's sales engineers or product managers or folks that have the expertise to do more sophisticated demos, or it's for sure probably customer success if you're in a
Right.
SaaS business, because there's that handover between, hey, the customer wants these business issues solved through using our technology. How are we communicating that so customer success knows what the customer's priorities are? Often that handoff is messy and ineffective. The other thing is in B2B selling, buyers are betting their career when they make a decision to purchase something. So they've got to trust not only the seller, but the company that stands behind the seller. It's really critical. If you and I, as a consumers, we go out and we buy a car, and let's say it's a lemon, it's going to be a pain in the neck. We're going to be upset, but our careers are going to be intact. It's much more costly for an individual to make a bad strategic decision from a career point of view
Right.
that has ramifications that are huge. And so there's a lot of caution, particularly in large organizations where you want to make sure everyone's bought in across the buying team. You'd have like 9 stakeholders between compliance, privacy, CIO, security, what have you, the business side of things. You can't effectively build that trust as an individual seller. You've got to mobilize the executives in your company and others to be able to instill that confidence. The CEO, he or she speaks for the company and will stand behind it and has to make decisions. A manager needs to lay out very clearly that there is an expectation of you. You mobilize the resources within the company as the leader of the sales team. You work well across the company, you collaborate, you're somebody that others want to work with. There's clear communication skills. And if you have a seller that refuses to do those things, in my opinion, you have no choice but to put them on a performance improvement plan, even if they're making their number. I know that may sound shocking if they're making their number. Well, we need them. However, you don't realize the opportunity cost of having that seller be there. And I've literally had this situation where other sellers want to be removed from working with a star seller who is a nightmare to work with.